So we are here in front of the Rolex booth, and of course, anytime there's a watch fair like Watches and Wonders, everybody wants to know what's new with Rolex. Now, Rolex is not particularly, the term novelty is what we use to talk about new watches. Their watches aren't always so novel, it's very subtle refinements. But this year, I think we can firmly use the word novelty now.
Oh, I think we can.
Yes, so, of course everybody wants to know Daytona, it's the 60th anniversary. We have a 60th anniversary Daytona in platinum, same aesthetic as the 50th anniversary, but flip it over and you're gonna see the first time a transparent exhibition caseback where you can see the new 4131 Calibre inside of the watch. Speaking of exhibition casebacks, that's not the only watch to use an exhibition caseback.
No, that's right, because we go over to the 1908, the new kind of version of Rolex's dress watch. So Cellini is no longer, and it's just the 1908, which took inspiration from a watch from the 1931, took some of those design cues and vibes, but packaged it in a 39mm case, beautiful black dial, and that exhibition caseback.
And it's, look, 9.5mm thick, 50 meters water resistant, great office daily wear.
Beautiful.
You know, maybe don't swim with it, but.
And that micro-fluted bezel, so you know that it's a Rolex.
Yes.
But I guess then we go to the Rolexes of old, if you like.
I mean, look,
iterations on the known.
On the known, we've had subtle refinements across the Daytona line. There's been some dial tweaks, and now the bezel. The ceramic, it's now a ceramic insert versus a full ceramic bezel. There's a metal perimeter to the bezel. GMT Master, we now have back in yellow gold with a first ever gray black ceramic bezel or ceramic insert. And the Explorer is back in a larger size, so back in 40mm in stainless steel. But these are all just like, again, the subtle incremental updates.
But then we get weird.
We get wacky and wild.
Rolex they are pivoting. Rolex is doing something I don't think I've ever seen Rolex do before. They are wanting to appeal to a greater audience, to the buying public, not just doing the tried and true, doing something really different.
So Kylie, do you think Rolex and emojis would have ever been used in the same sentence?
I know, but now they are. So Rolex have obviously released some beautiful day dates, as they do every year, and they're very lovely to see. But this year, it's a day date with no day and no date. Instead, I know, you've seen it, we just went gaga for this watch. Instead, the day is lots of, lovely words to live your life by.
Affirmations.
Yeah. And the date is little emojis like cherries and kisses and love hearts. And the dial is a puzzle. And it's beautifully put together, a grand fou dial. But the concept is that it's the puzzle pieces of your life.
And the puzzle pieces are bordered by actual gold.
Actual gold.
Right?
The dial is carved out of gold and then filled and fired.
It's very wacky and wild, but the fun doesn't end there, because if we move to the Oyster Perpetual collection, probably my favorite watch that we saw, in 31, 36, and 41, we have a new turquoise Oyster Perpetual watch that there's bubbles brewing from the bottom of the dial in all sorts of colors, but these colors aren't random. If you are familiar with the Stella-inspired Oyster Perpetuals from a few years ago, these were watches that were very hot, in demand, trading well over retail. Now you can get all of those colors in one watch, because if you look at the bubbles brewing up from the bottom of the dial, they're executed in candy pink, coral red, yellow, green, and turquoise.
All 51 of them.
Yeah, so it's a lot of fun. Yeah, 51 bubbles.
Yeah.
So that wraps up sort of the really wacky and wild section, but of course, sticking with this theme of true novelty, no longer does Sir Ben Ainslie only have the Rolex Titanium Yachtmaster. Now the public can buy one. Yachtmaster 42, Rolex Titanium case, and titanium bracelet. So finally, we have a wearable Rolex Titanium watch, not the 50mm deep sea challenge that only Sylvester Stallone or Arnold Schwarzenegger could probably wear on their wrist well.